Welcome back to Volunteer State for game two of today's doubleheader between the Pioneers and the BCA Athletics. There's Poppy. Pa- Papa Hop showed up. oh, oh no. Papa Howard got Grandpa Hop. That's what it is. I'm got too many grandparents here that I'm trying to remember. Jack Lester's grandfather just stuck his head in front of the press box. Yeah, there's one right there. There he is. He's out of Collierville. Papa Hop, former baseball coach down in the Memphis area, said he was listening in, stuck in traffic. As we get started here now for game two. Jack pitched in game one, his grandson. But that's Bryant Rascal out on the mound getting loose to start game two. 5'11", 190-pound redshirt sophomore transfer from Cumberland University from Montgomery, Alabama. Accounting major, the son of Tim and Lauren Rascal, brother to Brady and Bryce. Mimi in Northern Virginia, and a Gigi in Greenville, South Carolina, as we are ready to go here in game two. VolState won game one, 10-0. First pitch swinging is Jake McCord, and he grounds one to Easton Denning at first base. One pitch, one out here in the top of the first inning. Game time temperature 66 degrees as we get started. Brought to you by Accurate Mortgage. Mike Hoover, the president over at Accurate Mortgage. He lives in Smyrna. They have an office in Smyrna. It's a called strike to Lawrence Davis, the second baseman. He's the president of the Franklin office. Father of Gage Hoover, our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game in game one. As Bryant Rascal is pumping the strikes in. 0-2 to Lawrence Davis. Just got the end of the bat on that one. Fouls it off. Davis from Champaign, Illinois, 6'2", 190 pounds. Currently enrolled in Parkland College. Not sure if he'll go and play baseball there or not, but taking some classes. Ground ball up the middle. Tucker Lorenz is a shortstop here in game two, and he throws on the run and retires Lawrence Davis on a nice play up the middle. And that brings to the plate Nate Campbell, center fielder. Oh, we made a change. Talking to the press box as though we are the official. So this is Nate Clark, who pinch hit in game one. So Nate Clark, a different Nate, is the starter. He swings ready to play. Did I bring my whiteout? I did. He pitch hit in the first game when Anthony Martin was injured at the plate. I think on a swing. So I would assume he's playing center field. Nate Campbell played center field in the first game, and Campbell was the sixth hole hitter in game one. He got one of the two hits off of VolState pitching as four Pioneers came to the mound. Rascal with that nice breaking pitch there that just landed below the knees on Clark. Clark from Vermont. Queechee, Vermont. Laced down the right field line. It'll go foul. Queechee, 5'7". They give detailed. I mean, it's not 165 or 170. He's 166 on here. I've been rounding up or down. they got on the roster that I was provided by John Barlow, their head coach. Also saw Brett Carroll, the owner, down there. He's dressed out. Former MTSU player, played at Bearden High School in Knoxville, Tennessee, and of a Full Count Ministries Full Count. Not sure how long ago Brett Carroll started the program as ball 4 to Nate Clark. As Rascal went to the off-speed pitch. Let's get you some defensive alignments for the Pioneers. Gage Hoover in left. Brody Prairie gets to start out in center field. Reed Mashinsky back in right field. A.J. Armstrong back at third. Tucker Lorenz is at short. Drew Plummer at second. Easton Denning at first. J.C. Menendez behind the plate. Throw over to first, and pretty tight or close play right there. Devin Neely, our base umpire, with the nonchalant safe call. That is your defensive alignment. Another throw over. Clark is out. Clark is picked off at first base. I'm telling you, Rascal is throwing some seeds over to Denning. And that is the third out here in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on after the pickoff. Heading to the bottom of the first, VolState coming to the plate.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now,
Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers.
if you're pursuing the CIT program at VolState, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
We are back. That is not Nate Clark in center field. See who they have. I guess that's Jaden Washington, number 22. Let's see if Nate Clark, he's got dirty pants. He's out in right field. So a little change from the original lineup handed to me from head coach John Barlow. We'll get it straightened out. It's Drew Plummer, Reed Mashinsky, and Easton Denning. The regular first three in Coach McGuire's lineup. Jim McGuire in his fourth year, Volunteer State, with now over 100 wins as the head coach at VolState, coming up on 500 wins overall with his time at MTSU and at Wren Lake. And Drew Plummer now down in the count 0-2 with Trevor Hampel is on the mound for, and he is working quickly. Swing and a miss. That's a good morning, good afternoon, good night to Drew Plummer, who strikes out. His grandparents, Bob and Lynn, had a brief moment to chat with them. They're sitting in the stands just to the left of the press box. So they won't be here this Friday. They've got to go out of town, see one of their other grandkids. A granddaughter's going to graduate from chiropractic school. Reed Mashinsky stands in. He looks at a called strike. Now 1-1. Reed, no official at-bats in game one. He was on all three times. Hit by a pitch as he hits one to third, and it is mishandled by Trent Handcamp, the third baseman. We'll see what they put on the Toyota Gallatin scoreboard. I'm going to rule that an error until I see anything different. Whoever's running the Toyota Gallatin scoreboard, waiting for Coach McGuire to give him some guidance on that. They do rule an error. So Mashinsky hits the ball. Looked like it was going to be a hard hit off the bat. I think it was a little bit of a change up to Handcamp, and he kind of got handcuffed on it, but originally ruled an error. I don't disagree with that. Easton Denning stands in, and he could have been the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game, except for Gage Hoover. Denning was 2 for 3 with a double, 3 RBIs, and a run scored. Right ahead of Gage Hoover. Hoover was 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Drove in 4 runs. Also picked up his 8th home run of the year. Hoover is batting behind Denning again. Fouls that one straight back. Off-speed pitch from Hempel. Hampel. That's an H-A, not an H-E. He's from Maryville, Tennessee. If you weren't with us earlier, BCA is a post-grad school, so these are young men that are taking a gap year between high school and actually getting signed for baseball. That's off the fist out to shallow right center field, or right field. Second baseman Lawrence Davis makes the catch for out number 2. And Gage Hoover will step in. VolState scored 4 runs in the first inning in game 1, 3 in the second, 3 in the third to take a 10-0 lead. Cruised. Finished in 4.5 innings. A mercy rule 10-0 victory. Hoover swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls it straight back. Carson Sanders, the DH, he will pick that baseball up. One of the 9 players from Clarksville on the roster. 0-1 pitch. Breaking pitch fouled off to the right side. And that will get just to the right of the maintenance shed. There's one lone person. That's a young man who's up in the aluminum seats. He's going to go after that baseball. Shorts and a hoodie. Yanked way out, and a nice stop there by Tony Dinkins, the catcher. As soon as I get my players aligned here and who's playing where, I'll tell you the defensive positioning. Drilled out to left center field. Back goes Washington. He's got a beat on it. Now he's going to come in and make the catch in front of the Dudak Communications sign. And Hoover is retired. Gonna fly out to center field. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. After 1, no score. We're headed to the top of the second.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
VolState is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. VolState CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose VolState because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or a judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network. Pioneers off from conference play for a while. They will next get into conference play at the beginning of April right here at Pioneer Field, taking on Motlow State. VolState currently in 7th place, 7-10 record. We'll play Wabash Valley on Friday, originally scheduled for Saturday, but with weather moving in, moved to Friday. Trent Handcamp, Tony Dinkins, and Cash Centel. The 3 due up against Bryant Rascal, getting his first collegiate start. Nice breaking pitch there as Hand Camp. All confused. Hand Camp reached base twice in game one. Struck out once, got hit by a pitch and walked. And make it 2 strikeouts. Hand Camp goes down swinging. That's a Chick-fil-A at Gallatin. Strikeout. Hopefully the Rascal family able to listen in. And if not, then they can go back and watch it as many times as they want on YouTube. We don't charge anybody to watch our broadcasts or to go back and watch it. That's just the kindness and the giving heart of Bobby Hudson, our athletic director. He just keeps giving and giving and giving. You know Devin? You know that? Devin Thrain, redshirt sophomore. He's been around here a while. Swing and a miss on a slow breaking pitch by Dinkins, the catcher. He's from Valdosta, Georgia. That's down there where Dr. Wendy Tossinson is from. 5'9", 170 pounds. Pretty smart kid. He's got a high ACT, or that's an SAT score. I won't announce him, but they're showing on the roster here. High school GPA. Outside corner, and maybe not a ring up. Maybe he got him swinging on that one, and that's another Chick-fil-A at Gallatin strikeout. TR, he's watching from down in Montgomery. He checked in on the back line. Tim Rascal, former Navy pilot, now current Delta pilot. He's at home in Montgomery, Alabama. Hey, you like that home plate camera we got going there? Just in time for Bryant to get his first collegiate start. He's chucking it up there pretty good. Nice block there by J.C. Menendez, the redshirt freshman from Miami, Florida. D-Train Devin Thrain tells me he's getting there. He's coming back from an injury. Maybe get a shot on Friday against Wabash Valley. 2-1 pitch, swung on and maybe foul tipped into the mid, I believe. The Wabash Valley Warriors. Always have a good team. Swing and a miss, and another Chick-fil-A at Gallatin strikeout. That's 3 in a row, and I'm guessing that is the end of the line for young Bryant Rascal. If it is, an excellent outing for the young man from Alabama. We will head to the bottom of the second. VolState looking to get on the board.
Hey, Jake, that personal price you gave me was a home run. I can't wait to give you some free baseball lessons.
Man, I'm really excited about this myself. But you do realize the thing with Toyota Gallatin is everybody gets the personal price. It's what makes us special.
Wait, what? Everybody gets it?
Everybody gets it.
Let's play ball.
Okay.
Jake, you ready?
Let's do this, Coach. Hey, Coach, this is pretty easy.
We'll see about that.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
Yeah, better luck next time, old man.
I think I'm done, Coach. Call 911.
Five, 6, and 7 due up for VolState. Carson Sanders, Brody Prairie, and A.J. Armstrong. Sanders, sophomore out of Clarksville High School, swings at the first pitch he sees. It was just a hair inside, not really in his wheelhouse. You get it in his wheelhouse, he's going to send it somewhere. 5'11", 200-pound sophomore from Clarksville. biology major, the son of Jared and Jill Sanders. Big brother to Claire, who's at Clarksville High School. Hello to Papa and Grandma, the Isaacs down in Lake Fork, Alba, Texas. And Poppy and Mammy in Houston, Texas. Nice email from Linda Isaacs the other day, and she ended up running into a friend of mine from Nicaragua, Alex Montiel, as Carson draws the walk to lead off the second inning. Wind still blowing now in from center field. And Brody Prairie, another of the Clarks Vegas gang. He's from Rossview High School, rival high school to Clarksville High School. And he swings at the first pitch, grounds one into right field for a base hit. Prairie didn't want to waste any time. He gets a knock. That's his second of the season. He's the son of an Army doctor, Troy. His mom is Shannon Prairie, 6'2", 195-pound freshman two-way player. Hello to Grandpa and Grandma Prairie in Jerome, Idaho, and Grandma Irwin in Colorado Springs. As A.J. Armstrong stands in with 2 on, nobody out. That was the first hit of the ball game. A.J. takes a called strike. Alex Montiel is a missionary with Full Count Ministries, but his dad, Orlando, apparently was preaching in Sulphur Springs, Texas, and Linda Isaacs was there and ended up having a conversation, and Alex Montiel had to make sure to tell her, well, ask him about Chicle. 2-2 pitch is lined foul down the left field line. Been going to Nicaragua. I've gone 5 times down to Nicaragua with Full Count Ministries for baseball mission trips, and Alex Montiel has been one of the long-time missionaries. He's a young man. He's maybe 40 years old now. 0-2 pitch misses down. He is clearly anointed by God in a way of how he deals with people. He never was a baseball guy. He's actually a musician. But he loves people and he loves the Lord. 1-2 pitch, fouled off. I didn't even know he was in the States, but he's the head man for Full Count down in Nicaragua, at least in the Ocotal, Mozante area. I guess now probably everywhere as the U.S. missionaries move back from Chinandega. 1-2 pitch to A.J. That's wide. I'll have to tell the Chicle story when I have a little more time, Miss Linda. I don't think I can fit it in while we're watching the baseball game. 2-2 pitch. Couple looks back at Sanders and a swing and a miss as Armstrong is down. On strike, second strikeout of the game for Trevor Hampel. 1 out. Tucker Lorenz stands in. Freshman from Sweetwater High School, 5'10", 170 pounds. Hometown of Loudon, Tennessee. Jeremy and Emily Lorenz, his parents. He's got a sister, Riley, and a couple sets of grandparents. They're also in Loudon. He swings to the first pitch. It's one loud out to right field. Over is Nate Clark, and he's going to make the catch right on the fair line. Tagging at second base, and moving over to third is Carson Sanders. Wind blowing in from center field held that ball up a little bit. Now 2 outs, runners at the corners, brought to you by Line to Line and Game Time Sports Fields. Do need to say hi to Papaw and Grammy and Gramps and Doozy in Loudon, Tennessee. Those are Tucker's grandparents. J.C. Menendez, 5'11", 200-pound redshirt freshman from Miami. Son of Ozzie and Ileana Menendez. Called strike at the letters. Papa and Abby in Miami. Also Grandma Sarah and Ray in Miami. He also has some kin in Lebanon, Tennessee. Uncle And an ant throw over to first. Looked like Brody Prairie might have been up in the air a little while at the delay, but he flopped down on the base before the tag was applied by Miles Thomas. Prairie seems like an hour ago got a base hit into right field after Carson Sanders walked. After a strikeout and a flyout, 2 outs and runners at the corners, J.C. Menendez at the plate. J.C. looking for a hit, but he's not going to get an RBI on the run from third. That Framework Athletics run's going to come in on the pass ball by Tony Dinkins. Not sure if he was expecting a different pitch or not, but short-armed that one, it seemed like. And Prairie moves down to second on the pass ball. And there's the Framework Athletics first run of the game. VolState leads 1-0. Right now, an unearned run. JC swings at the breaking pitch, fouls it straight back. It's unearned because a pass ball is considered an error for purposes of a run or an earned run. That's why it's important to determine whether or not it's a wild pitch or a pass ball. Now if that got by Dinkins, probably would have been a wild pitch. It would have been behind a left-handed batter. So he did a good job to keep that one. 1-2 pitch to Menendez. It's a swing and a miss on a disappearing breaking pitch. A couple strikeouts in the inning for Hampel and an unearned run. But a run on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard anyway. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors. It doesn't go into the error column. It goes under its own column of pass balls. And 1 runner left on base. We are through 2 innings of a scheduled 7-inning. Game 2, VolState leads 1-0.
The demand for mechatronics professionals is on the rise. Students get to earn a wage and college credit simultaneously via our work-based learning program. This hands-on experience gives them a competitive edge in the job market. Industries like automotive, aerospace, electronics, healthcare, and even mining rely heavily on these systems. These positions offer competitive salaries and a chance to contribute to the cutting-edge technologies that are shaping the world around us. Join us in pioneering the future of manufacturing through the power of mechatronics. Visit VolState.edu to start blazing your pathway now. Classes are available now at the Gallatin and Cookeville campuses. Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. They make the difference between life and death. If you desire to make a difference in your community, VolState is leading the way in training everyday heroes. We offer EMS, paramedic, and fire science programs. Spring 2024 enrollment is now open. Visit VolState.edu to learn more.
I am really lacking today. Didn't have any emails early on, and apparently I said something that got folks going. Ozzie Menendez wasn't sure, apparently. Hopefully he's dialed in now. Send me another email, Ozzie, if you're not, because we are broadcasting, and maybe he sent his at 1:16 Eastern time. Says 1:16 as to when he sent his email. Dr. Tossenson and Kyle are listening in. At least they were. They're headed out of town on the road to Athens, Georgia. Bryant Rascal back out for his 3rd inning of work. I colored him gone after 2, but he is throwing to Miles Thomas, and I think I might. Let's see if no. Just thinking maybe I got an email. There is another Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout. Miles Thomas is the 4th straight Athletic to go down on strikes. Bryant Rascal pitching in his 3rd inning of work. Delivers a breaking pitch to Jaden Washington, the center fielder, for a called strike. Tapper right back to Rascal. And his throw is over the head of Easton Denning. That'll go to the tarp. Let's see what Washington's going to continue on to third, and he's going to reach the base. It is a 3-base error. Bryant Rascal. Washington runs well, but I think Bryant was a little bit too careful with that one. Just didn't have a free flow of his throw to Easton, and he airmailed that one over the top of the 6'3" first baseman. Hogan Cruz, the left fielder, stands in. Swings and misses at the breaking pitch. So I get the binos out. That's Brett Carroll down at first base. He is the first base coach. It's the owner of BCA. He's going to pull up his bio. Hogan Cruz pops that one up and out of play. Cruz 5'8", 145. He's a hometown product from Knoxville, Tennessee. They got a lot of guys 5'7" to 5'9" on the team. And there is a called strike 3. Bryant thought he had him the third out, but that's another Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout, his 5th of the game. Now back to the top of the lineup. Jake McCord swung at the first pitch he saw, grounded it to Easton Denning at first base. Swings again, and this is off the glove of Rascal, gloving as Plummer throws to first, and there is a 1-4-3 ground out to end the third inning for Bryant Rascal. Nice play there by Drew Plummer to come and charge that ball to throw out the speedy Jake McCord. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. After 2.5, VolState leads 1-0. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network and Channel 19.
Welcome to the VolState Nursing Lab. The simulation lab allows students to come in a safe environment and practice real-world patient care without worrying about harming patients. We have 5 high-fidelity mannequins that we use with our nursing students in our lab to simulate real-world scenarios that they're going to see once they're out in the hospitals working. We have an adult mannequin, as you see here. She simulates everything from a normal patient to wounds to trachs, IVs. You can give her medications. We have pediatric mannequins. We have a mom mannequin. We also have other models to where students can start IVs, they can put tubes and drains in, they can remove tubes and drains, do wound care. Also, if we lose clinical placement, then students can still simulate those real-world experiences in the lab to get the same experience and be prepared when they graduate and enter the workforce as a nurse.
Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network. Efforting to figure out where Jacksonville, Texas is. It's not in Marshall County. But I still feel good about the Tomato Fest. I want to say, because Marshall actually had the Fire Ant Festival. It's Lawrence Davis, Nate Clark, and Trent Handcamp. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong group. That's not Lawrence Davis. That's Drew Plummer. I know him if I look out there. Hits a ground ball to the shortstop and reaches on an error. Second error of the game. Think this is still Trevor Hampel out on the mound. I don't know why it wouldn't be, and it is. Reed Mashinsky reached on an error by the third baseman. Steps to the plate, and he's going to hit one that the third baseman catches and throws on to second for 1. The turn at second by Lawrence Davis, not in time. Sharply hit ball by Mashinsky results in a fielder's choice as Plummer is erased. Nice play there by Trent Handcamp. Easton Denning at the plate. He popped out to the second baseman in short right field in his first plate appearance. Inside breaking pitch misses. Mike Hoover also checked in on treesports@gmail.com. Said that Angie is here. Just missed that one, did Denning. Fouls that one off. This is that then prompts that foul ball right there prompts, okay, Jaden, where did you park today? Jaden's on the other side. He's over by the softball complex on the other side of the Jaden Perez now up in the press box. Been up here a little while. He's holding Kobe Ross's hand. It's a two-man job over here. I mean, not literally. It's a delayed steal. Mashinsky gets in there safely. I tell you what, you want to see some looks on some college guys' faces? You say, yeah, they're holding hands. You know, the different part of the country, that is a common occurrence. And it's not a sexual thing, it's an intimacy thing. You know, it's not boyfriend, it's, hey, we're friends. 2-1 pitch. That's popped up high into the air. Over is Dinkins to check on it, but it'll get out of play. There they are. That's a handshake right there, but you're not walking down the sidewalk. Just, you know, for people to know that, hey, we're friends here. One of my trips over to Africa is when I learned that. That's when I knew that I had made a friend. Another foul ball. Easton Denning is just missing some of these pitches delivered by Hampel. Hunting another RBI. He had 3 in game 1. He and Gage Hoover are neck and neck. Both have 39 RBIs. Who could be the first one to 40? This is Easton Denning's first time, and he's not going to get it done as he swings through a pitch above the letters there. 4th strikeout by Hampel. And now 2 outs, and now it's Gage Hoover's turn. So he'll have a chance to see if he can get to 40 RBIs. Hit a 2-run home run in game 1. Lets that breaking pitch go. VolState last year, their leading home run hitter or hitters were Stephen Bell, Cannon Lewis, and Reggie Cooper, 3 apiece. VolState this year has Carson Sanders with 3, Drew Plummer with 3, Lex Falsoni 5, and Gage Hoover with 7. Already surpassed last year's total. He fouls that one off. Gage Hoover has 8. Yeah, he had 7 coming into today's game. You're right, I misspoke. He has 8. Get the other headset on over here. 2-1 pitch is outside. I was looking at the stats that I brought in. I appreciate the correction. It's a gang. We're a press box gang up here. 3-1 pitch coming to Gage Hoover. It's down low, and he draws his 31st walk of the year. That is tops, I believe, in the TCCAA. It was coming into today. For those of you also wondering about Jacksonville, Texas, it's in Cherokee County, Texas. Swing and a miss by Sanders, looking for his 4th home run of the year right there with that swing. Second walk of the game by Hampel. So I was saying they have a lot of these little festivals. In Tyler, we had the Rose Festival. Or the azalea, a lot of azaleas there. Smoked in the left field. That's down for a base hit. Going around to scores, Mashinsky bobbling the ball in left field is Cruz, and Sanders will head down to second base. Thinking on my book, that's probably a single, an RBI, and then an error on the left fielder for the bobble. Let's see if I can watch that again on replay. As Brody Prairie steps in. Reed Mashinsky comes in to score, and now runners at second and third with 2 outs. Prairie stroked the first pitch he saw into right field for a base hit. Fouls that one straight back. Do we really have 4? It's not 4-0, is it? No, it's 2-0. Another foul ball by Prairie. VolState scored 1 unearned run in the second and have scored 1 unearned run here in the third so far. Hampel being let down a little bit by his defense. They did not put an error on the board. That ball's drilled, but it's pulled foul. Brody pulled that so much, he almost hit it behind him. One-two pitch, 2 outs, 2 on. Drilled high and deep to right field. Back goes Nate Clark, and he's now circling over to the fair line as the wind held that one up. And without the wind today, Brody Prairie would have had his first collegiate home run, but he flies out to right to end the inning. Pioneers put 1 more on the board. It's unearned on 1 hit. RBI single by Carson Sanders. I got 2 errors and 2 runners left on base. 2-0 is the score. We're headed to the top of the fourth. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
is counting on me.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now,
Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers.
If you're pursuing the CIT program at VolState, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for VolState. Jack McLaury, right-handed sophomore, 6'1", 170 pounds, from Las Casas, Tennessee. Played at Independence High School. Son of Mike and Ashley McLaury, brother to Judd. Grandparents in Iowa and in Murfreesboro. That's Mimi over there in Murfreesboro. Grandpa Mahoney and Grandma Deb, they're in Olewine, Iowa. McLaury on for Bryant Rascal, who went 3 no-hit, no-run innings, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. In line to claim his first collegiate victory in his first collegiate start. McLaury, a called strike to Lawrence Davis, who has the O face. And I'm going to have that O face too. Plate umpire just maybe a little bit too far outside with that one. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch by McLaury. Jack on for his 10th appearance of the year. It's his 3rd in relief. 29 1/3 innings, 42 hits, 25 runs that were earned, has walked 15. It's just now struck out his 23rd batter as J.C. Menendez completes the strikeout. And that's a Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout. It's the 6th time that BCA batters have gone down swinging. And Nate Clark stands in, the right fielder. Fastball Whispers at the outside corner for a called strike. Fouled a breaking pitch back. McLaury ahead in the count. Jack leads the club in wins. He has 4 in 5 decisions. Started the year, I believe 7 of his first 8 appearances were starts. 4-1 record, 7.67 ERA. Trying to lower here today. I'm not sure, probably just an inning of work. Swing and a miss, and another Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout. When the full count 242 group can get together, for the most part, we meet at Chick-fil-A of Gallatin. So we kind of take over typically on a Friday morning before the Friday game, home game. So we'll get 4 freshmen in early at 8 o'clock and then bring in the sophomores about 9:30. Several guys here. Brody Prairie and A.J. Armstrong. Jaden Perez up here in the press box. Drew Moorhead down there in the bullpen. That's 4 freshmen that meet. Swing and a miss by Trent Handcamp. Strikeout. Now I can hear you. But if you know the right people, Kobe, 1-1 pitch, popped up foul off the right side. McLaury's one of 7 pitchers. Make it 6 now. Lost Cooper Anderson. Make it 6. Sophomore pitchers are red shirt. Ground ball to short. Lorenz charges, gloves, throws on the run, and extra long shoes keeps a foot on for a ground out for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning for Jack McLaury. VolState going to try to get their hitting shoes on here in the bottom of the 4th.
Man, thanks to that ball and personal price you gave me, I was able to scoop me up some new kicks.
Really? I like those. You look like you're ready for a marathon now.
On second thought, we're always looking for some fresh talent. Have you thought about going back and playing?
Really? Man, have I ever. Wow.
To the go. There you go, buddy. Jake.
You for real, Coach?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about the personal price, Coach. Everybody at Toyota Gallatin gets it. That's what makes us so special.
Well, on second thought, I think we're all booked up.
Come on, Coach. For real? Give me a shot.
We'll pass.
Oh, come on. Wow.
Brett Carroll Academy, owned by Brett Carroll from Knoxville Bearden High School. Went to MTSU. First team all-conference player. He was drafted in the Major League Baseball draft in 2004 by the then Florida Marlins, as A.J. Armstrong stands in. He hits the first one to left field. That's going to get down and roll all the way to the wall. Armstrong jumps on the first pitch he sees from Trevor Hample, and he delivers a dudette double. That's A.J.'s first hit of the day. Struck out in his first plate appearance. Smokes a double to left field in front of Tucker Lorenz, who steps to the plate. Third hit of the game for VolState. Collected 9 hits in game 1, 10 runs. R.J. Moore picked up his first collegiate victory. Let's see if Bryant Rascal can do the same. Lorenz looking for his first hit. He flew out to right field. Tagged that one pretty well out to right, but wind kind of knocked that one down. It's blowing either in from center field or from center field over to right. Lorenz not a home run hitter anyway, but when you get one up in the air and you hit it pretty well, you like to see it leave the yard. Tucker came in hitting right at 200, so he's looking to get back over. Fouls that one off. Has 15 hits, including 3 doubles, 10 RBIs. Armstrong just picked up his 3rd Doodat double of the year. Shortstop working on him behind. There's a base hit into center field. Lorenz gets it done. They will send the runner. Here comes the throw. It is cut off. Throw over to first base, and the tag is out. Lorenz is thrown out. That's the second baseman over to covering first base. So an 8-3 to 4. Give Lorenz an RBI single. But he's the first out. VolState now leads 3-0. And first pitch swinging, J.C. Menendez hits one out to center field, right center, and that's going to get down. J.C. going to try to stretch it into a double throw, is going to not be in time. And a nice play by Nate Clark to barehand that one, but Juan Carlos with a Doodat double. That's back-to-back-to-back hits for VolState, brought to you by Hit After Hit. That is J.C.'s first double of the year. He has 2 home runs, 3 extra base hits among his 5 hits on the season. He's now 1 for 2 as he just reached out and poked that one out to center field. And that will end the afternoon for Trevor Hampel. We'll have a new pitcher. Looks like a left-hander. We'll take a quick break. Be right back on the VolState Sports Network. Pitcher on for BCA, number 34, Coleman Shanton, 6'4", 220-pound left-hander from Powell, Tennessee. That's where Luke Lawson is from. He is on in relief of Trevor Hampel. Hampel, the right-hander from Maryville, Tennessee. Goes 3 1/3 innings, gives up 5 hits, 3 runs to this point. One runner on at second base is his responsibility. That's J.C. Menendez, son of Ozzie and Ileana, who Ozzie did find the feed finally. Apparently he couldn't get it on that big 75-inch TV that he has in the living room. He had to go to the 8-inch iPad to get us. So not sure what was going on there. Ozzie. Drew Plummer will lead off. Will be the first batter that Coleman faces. 6'4" left-hander. Delivers a pitch at the knees over the plate for a called strike. Plum looking for his first hit of the game. He had an infield single in game 1, went 1 for 3, scored twice. He's 0 for 2 in this contest. Now facing 2-ball, 1-strike count. Thanks to Melissa Kennedy for her email into treesports@gmail.com. She's Ryan Murphy's mother, right-handed pitcher. Might get in today. Plummer backs away from that inside fastball. Thank you for the kind comments. Thank each and every one of you for your emails today. Well, head out to right field. Back goes Nate Clark, but he has a beat on it, makes a catch. Tagging at second is Menendez. He moves to third base on the flyout. That's now 2 outs. A.J. Armstrong led off the inning with a first pitch double into left field. He was driven in when Tucker Lorenz singled into center field. But Lorenz had leaked off of first base a little bit too far, and throw in from Jaden Washington was cut off by Miles Thomas, and he threw over to first. Lawrence Davis, the second baseman, tug out Lorenz before he could get his hand down on the base. That was the first out, and then J.C. Menendez doubled. Fly out by Drew Plummer. Menendez at third, and now Reed Mashinsky at the plate. With a 2-ball, no-strike count, and Reed's looking for his first hit of the game and the day. Did not get a chance in game 1. Hit by a pitch, walked twice. Here he's reached on an error by the third baseman and reached on a fielder's choice. Nice stop there by Tony Dinkins, the catcher. Hogan Cruz in left, Jaden Washington in center, Nate Clark in right. Trent Handcamp is the third baseman. Jake McCord playing short. Lawrence Davis at second, Miles Thomas at first. Tony Dinkins behind the plate, catching relief pitcher Coleman Shanton, who's just walked Mashinsky on 4 straight. Ample 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, faced 18 batters. And Easton Denning with his second chance to reach the 40 RBI mark. I think I was talking about that from last year's team. Runners are at the corners, brought to you by Line to Line and Game Time Sports Field. Thanks to Stephen Dotson and Bill Marbett for their support of VolState baseball and softball. Last year's leading RBI man was Connor Paul with 29. Throw over to first. VolState has, I think, 4 guys with 30 or more RBIs. Let me see. No, 20 or more. Drew Plummer's got 28. Gage Hoover and Easton Denning both have 39. Denning thought he just got plunked. Just barely missed him. Easton has not been hit by a pitch this year. And among the regulars, and he's as regular as a regular can be, he's played and started every game. He has not been hit by a pitch. Knock on wood now if you're just a little stitious. You don't even have to be superstitious. I don't want to give him the broadcaster jinx. I don't want anybody to get hit. I want him to get a hit. And he strokes one down the right field. It is foul by inches as Jason Carey, our home plate umpire, raises his hands, and no argument by Lucas Wilburn, the first base coach, or Easton Denning, who's looking right at it as he's running down to first base. Jason Carey, our home plate umpire, Devin Neely on the bases. 2-2 pitch, runner goes. Breaking pitch is up, and Mashinsky pulls into second with his second stolen base of the game. Ground ball to the right side. That will just get by the glove of Lawrence Davis. 1 run's going to score. Mashinsky's coming in to throw is over the catcher's head. The pitcher not where he's supposed to be. Dinkins will retrieve that. No error as Denning was going to head down to second base, and Easton Denning, the first one to 40 or more RBIs. He picks up at 40 and 41 on the single rolled into right field. Shinsky and J.C. Menendez come in to score. VolState now leads 5-0. Fourth hit of the inning for VolState. Gage Hoover stepping to the plate. Ground ball to the left side. Diving attempt and throw over to second base. Denning nearly got caught watching the action at second. The throw, that'll be an infield single for Gage Hoover. He's now 1 for 2. But you don't drive in runs with infield singles, Gage. And your brother right in front of you just overtook you for the RBI lead. Let's see what Carson Sanders can do now. It's back-to-back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit. They got a sign out there on the right center field wall. Lem Pilkington, the Rawlings contact for VolState. Take a cut. Carson Sanders comes up empty. He's 1 for 1. Drove in a run in his last at-bat. Base hit into left field, ended up being bobbled by a Hogan Cruz, and Sanders went on to second base. Gage Hoover, who had walked ahead of Sanders, went to third on the bobble, but they were stranded when Brody Prairie flew out to right field. 1-1 count to VolState DH. Sanders can play outfield. He can play first base. Sophomore came in hitting .261. Double 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. This is his 19th game and 16th start of the year. He smokes one. That'll go foul. I think it might have caromed off the brick wall and into the bullpen. Quite a few VolState pitchers hanging out down there. And the count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. Sanders down on strikes. VolState scores 3 in the inning. They're all earned on 5 hits. They leave 2 runners on. After 4, VolState leads 5-0. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Welcome to the VolState Nursing Lab. The simulation lab allows students to come in a safe environment and practice real-world patient care without worrying about harming patients. We have 5 high-fidelity mannequins that we use with our nursing students in our lab to simulate real-world scenarios that they're going to see once they're out in the hospitals working. We have an adult mannequin, as you see here. She simulates everything from a normal patient to wounds, to trachs, IVs. You can give her medications. We have pediatric mannequins. We have a mom mannequin. We also have other models to where students can start IVs. They can put tubes and drains in. They can remove tubes and drains, do wound care. Also, if we lose clinical placement, then students can still simulate those real-world experiences in the lab to get the same experience and be prepared when they graduate and enter the workforce as a nurse.
Jack McLaury back out on the mound for VolState. His second inning of work. Took over for Bryant Rascal, who went 3 innings of hitless shutout baseball, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Struck out half of the batters he faced. Jack will face 5, 6, and 7 in the BCA lineup. Tony Dinkins, Cash Santel, and Miles Thomas. Breaking pitch fouled. Brett Carroll made his major league debut with the Marlins on Father's Day in 2007. Swing and a miss. Says his professional career spanned 11 years, parts of 6 years in the major leagues with the Marlins, the Nationals, the Brewers, Marlins, Nationals, and Brewers. I would assume that's up in the major leagues, but also in organizations, the Red Sox, Blue Jays, and Pirates organizations, probably in minor leagues. Brett also faced Hall of Famer Randy Johnson. His claim to fame is that ball's popped up on the right side, might be playable. Denning's over is still going over, and he makes the catch in foul territory for out number one. Pretty interesting little tidbit here, it says on the BCA website. He's the only player in Major League Baseball history to hit a home run and a triple off Randy Johnson in the same game. Cash Santel, the DH, fouls that one off. The first base coach right down there for BCA, Brett Carroll. He's the owner. He's the one who faced, he's a former Blue Raider at MTSU. Played for Jim McGuire. Head coach was Steve Peterson at the time for MTSU. 1-1 pitch is down, apparently, to Santel. 5'11", 200-pound DH from Knoxville, Tennessee, taking classes at Pellissippi State. Cannot hold up on that breaking pitch in the dirt. McLaury gets the swing and a miss, and he's looking at a 2-ball, 2-strike count. He retired the only 3 batters he faced in the fourth, a couple strikeouts and a ground out. He's retired Dinkins here, first batter he's faced in the fifth. Scheduled for 7 here in game 2. Only went 5 in game 1. VolState mercy ruled BCA. Sidearm delivery and swing and a miss. And a Chick-fil-A at Gallatin strikeout. They're just right down the road from VolState. Chick-fil-A right there at the corner of Belvedere and Main Street, or Nashville Pike, or Gallatin Pike, whatever you want to call it there. It's got an official name, I'm sure, at that location. There's the first hit of the game for BCA. It's off the bat of Miles Thomas. See, he goes the opposite way. The left-handed hitting first baseman lines one in the left field. For a 2-out knock. That'll bring Jaden Washington to the plate. He reached. Had to run to third right out of the box as he hit a high chopper back to Bryant Raskell, the pitcher, who airmailed one over Easton Denning's head at first base and got all the way down by the tarp. And Washington just kept running until he got to third. Laurie pitching from the stretch, a check swing, foul ball down the first base line. McLaury waits for it to stop, but it does not have any English on it where it would come back into fair territory. Have seen that before, but that one didn't. That home run that he hit off of Randy Johnson, Brett Carroll, it was his first major league home run. Also was invited to play for Team USA in 2011. Sidearm breaking pitch gets that inside corner for a Chick-fil-A at Gallatin. Strikeout. Fourth of the game for McLaury, and he strands one runner in the fifth, and I'm assuming he'll be done. As we will keep it right here. BCA strands their second runner of the game, as we will have our Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone Alumni Spotlight. Today's alumni, Neil Toms, was an outfielder, right fielder, and center fielder, played in 1977 and 1978. That was Tom Kirby time. First head coach for VolState was here from 1973 to 1979 before Jim Anglia took over. Neil Toms, he's got a brick in the alumni patio, and your grandson or son could have one as well, $100 and the right form, and we'll get that started for you. Send an email to tresports@gmail.com and let me know you need the form like the Hoovers have and the Plumbers, and I think we got one coming for the Mashinskis, Carson Sanders, Braxton Alexander, Parker White, probably still, hopefully he's listening in now, maybe feeling good enough to listen, but deathly sick apparently. He is not here at the ballpark. Another redshirt sophomore. I think we have 7 third-year players, and count Ryan Murphy, he's kind of a 2.5-year player. His mom, Melissa Kennedy, checked in on the VolState email address. Actually, not VolState, it's mine, Tim Reese. It's the one I use for broadcast, tresports@gmail.com. Brody Prairie at the plate. He does not swing at the first pitch this time. He's 1 for 2. Rossview High School. Pitcher and an outfielder. It will get down and foul down the left field line. He got jammed on an inside pitch there, and number 10 picks up the bat for number 9 picks up the bat for number 10. AJ Armstrong 9, Prairie 10. No number 8 for VolState baseball. That's reserved. Actually, it's not actually retired, but it's been shelved for Aiden Schrum. There's a sign on the outfield wall in left field for Hayden, who passed away of leukemia. And former right-hander here at VolState. Prairie facing Coleman Shanton. Now gone full count. Do we have a full count on ours? We do. Toyota Gallatin scoreboard behind. Not sure who's operating that, but it's not somebody up in the press box. And a full count, first pitch, foul ball off the bat of Brody Prairie. AJ Armstrong, Tucker Lorenz due up. So we have 10, 9, and we're skipping 8, and then we're going to 7. And J.C. Menendez is going to mess the whole thing up. Ground ball to second. Lawrence Davis up with it, and he throws low, and it is not handled by Miles Thomas at first base. That will be an error. It might be an error on the first baseman, honestly. The throw was low, but I don't think it was in the dirt. I think Miles Thomas just kind of stretched a little bit early and had an awkward stance when he was trying to catch. It won't matter, but I'm going to put the error down on the first baseman. A.J. Armstrong stands in. He laced a double down the left field line in the 4th, scored one of the 3 runs. Looks at a called strike at the knees. A.J. 1 for 2. Fastball's up. Just to finish the info on Brett Carroll, he played for Team USA in the World Cup and the Pan American Games in the fall of 2011, won a silver and a bronze medal. He's married and has a couple of daughters. Wife Heather and his daughters Bailey and Georgia. Maybe the hit and run was on there. But Prairie off with the pitch. Armstrong fouls it straight back. Softball practice must be over. I see a couple of the softball players walking up to the stands just to the left of the press box. 2-2 pitch to Armstrong. Breaking pitch lands low and away, and Armstrong has not walked in this game. If you were a betting man, you'd bet right now he's going to draw the walk. He was 0 for 1 in game 1. Drew a walk, but this one is popped up into center field. In comes Jaden Washington. He makes the catch. That's out. Number 1. Armstrong 1 for 3. Tucker Lorenz, he's 1 for 2. Single drove in Armstrong in the 4th inning. But did not get back to first base in time before being tagged out by the second baseman at first. Throw over, Brody Prairie's back. See if Prairie's got a stolen base attempt. He does not. Brody came in with a .500 batting average. That will go down with a 1 for 3. Runner does not go. Pitch is called a strike as Dinkins picks that one up off the dirt. Coach McGuire flashing signs down at third base. Lucas Wilburn, first year volunteer assistant coach at first. He's telling Brody Prairie to get back when Shanton steps off the rubber and throws over to first. I couldn't hear him, but I'm sure that he was saying that. Tapper foul to the owner of BCA Athletics, Brett Carroll. He's standing over there on their warning track or on the on-deck circle. Jim McGuire said, "Do you need any Brett Carroll stories?" And I said, "Yes." And Jim said, "Well, he's probably got some stories on me. We'll just keep it right here." As Lorenz swings and misses at a breaking pitch. He's down on strikes. Second strikeout for Coleman Shanton. That'll bring up Juan Carlos Menendez. The catcher, he's 1 for 2. Doubled into right center field, right toward the full count ministry sign. Another throw over to first. I'll also like to thank our other sponsors, the Rock Place, the Curbing Edge. Wilson Bank and Trust as the runner takes off. Pitch low and away. Throw down to second is not in time. I guess the ball must have been on the ground. Devin Neely did not make an out or a safe sign. Stolen base for Prairie. That's his first stolen base of his college career. Broadcasted a game that Brody Prairie played right here on this field when he was in high school. That ball's drilled again out to right center field, but that's going to hang up long enough for Nate Clark to come in. Thought JC might have hit that one a little bit better, but held up for Clark. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. We're through 5, scheduled for 7. Looks like we might have some changes as Coach McGuire coming over to talk to the umpire. We'll tell you about him when we return on the VolState Sports Network.
Take the step. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Take the step, the one you've always wanted to a better you and a brighter future. Choose a path to create, innovate, or educate. A path to your career. One that builds you as a person, or one where you build for the people of the future. Choose a path to save lives or check eyes, to study the human body, soul, and mind, to fight crime both in person or online, to code, market, or be an entertainment rock star. Take the step to your full potential, to everything you've dreamed of. Take the step here, there, and eventually everywhere. With the pros of the profession, the Grammy winners, the commercial producers, the engineers, the doctors. Life is full of steps, so why not make yours count? This is us. This is VolState.
So a concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Ryan Murphy will come on for Jack McLaury. Ryan, a redshirt sophomore, 6'1", 175-pound right-hander. He's from Clarksville High School, 2022 grad. Transferred from Lincoln Memorial University. Son of Mike Murphy and Melissa Kennedy. Grandson of Grandma in Clarksville and Grams in Massachusetts. Got a couple defensive changes. Elijah Harris, the new second baseman. And Cooper Wallace is the new right fielder. Wallace in for Mashinsky and Harris in for Plummer. They will bat leading off the bottom of the sixth inning as Jack McLaury finishes 2 innings, gives up 1 hit, no runs. Does not walk a batter, strikes out 4. Faced 7 batters in the game. And Murphy out. As the third pitcher on for VolState. This is Murph's 5th appearance of the year. Got a late start. Was rehabbing an injury. Hogan Cruz leads off for BCA. Strikeout victim to end the third. Swing and a miss. Murphy 1-1 record, 5 innings of work, 3 hits, 4 runs, only 3 earned, walked 7, struck out 6 batters. He'll dial it up there, upper 80s. He's going to get on up there, won't he? He get to 90. He used to, I know. I don't know if he's still doing it. What's that pitch right there at that he gets the Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout? 86, you got it? Or are you guessing? I don't know where you're at in the lineup. This is Jake McCord, the leadoff batter. No, because the leadoff batter was Hogan Cruz in this inning. So they 9, 1, and 2 are at bat. Jake McCord has grounded out twice in his first 2 plate appearances. Swings and misses there. Only hit of the ball game, Miles Thomas. Base hit into left field in the 4th inning. Make that the 5th inning as Murphy gets ahead of the BCA shortstop. Swing and a miss, and a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout.
Now hitting Lawrence Davis.
Second straight strikeout for Murphy. 3rd straight by Pioneer pitching. Lawrence Davis, 0 for 2, steps to the plate. Ryan Murphy pitching from the stretch and trying to just throw strikes. Milo State is at Cumberland University today. Looks like they're only playing 1 game as Lawrence Davis swings and misses. We'll have Cumberland University in here for a doubleheader. The schedule I'm looking at right now must be an old version, as it does not show Cumberland coming in on April 9th, but I did verify. As a matter of fact, Devin Neely, the base umpire, said he's due to come in for that. What he thought was a 9-inning game, but I checked on my schedule. It's on my phone, and it says 2 sevens. And that's what we normally do with Cumberland JV. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Foul ball off the right side. I was texting with Alex Qualls, former right-handed pitcher with VolState yesterday and then this morning. He is up at Georgetown College, up there with another former Pioneer, Dylan Bland, who then went and played at Cumberland from VolState. 2-2 pitch, tapped back to Murphy. He's got it in his glove, and he'll underhand to Denning for out number 3. Alex Quall's sister plays for Dyersburg State softball, and so he was listening in on the broadcast yesterday. It's what prompted the texting string. But Georgetown is going to host Cumberland this weekend in I think they play 3-game series, NAIA schools. So Cumberland will go to Georgetown. Georgetown having a tough year this year, 5 wins. We got a new pitcher out on the mound for BCA. Look in the old binos. That's number 35. And number 35 is Brandon Wright, 5'10", 190-pound right-hander from Knoxville, Tennessee. He takes over for Coleman Shanton. So going from number 34 to number 35. The ubiquitous song that has to be played at all baseball games, Put Me in, Coach. Shanton goes an inning and 2/3. Strikes out 2. Walks 1. Gives up 1 hit, or sorry, 1 run. It was earned. Faced 9 batters, 2 claimed hits off of Coleman Shanton. Did not hit a batter. Trevor Hampel started the game. He goes 3 1/3, gives up 5 hits, 4 runs. Only 2 of those were earned. Walked 2, struck out 4. Pretty good outing for Hampel. And now we'll see what Brandon Wright is going to do against the new batter. And this is Elijah Harris, who came on in at second base for Drew Plummer, getting his first at-bat. He swings and lines one to his counterpart, second baseman Lawrence Davis. 1 pitch, 1 out. Didn't give me a chance to pull out my sheet for Elijah. 5'8", 180-pound freshman from Cynthiana, Kentucky, son of Vincent and Rebecca Harris, brother to Jordan, Kaya, and Kimmy, and Tyler. As Cooper Wallace steps to the plate. Elijah Harris's grandparents, they live in Cynthiana, Kentucky. Mamaw, Grandpa, and Grandma. Now Cooper Wallace, as we go from 1 to double ones. 11, Cooper Wallace pops this one up. Let's see who's going to get this one, and it's going to be the pitcher, Brandon Wright. Wallace, see if we can get to him. 6 foot, 180-pound, redshirt freshman from Clarksville Academy. Matt Wallace, Tara Goodman, his parents, brother Colton, Paul in Clarksville, and Poppy in Daytona, Florida, as Easton Denning steps to the plate. First pitch to Denning goes to the backstop. Denning's 1 for 3. He's got 2 RBIs. Could he pick up another one here? Wind blowing in. Is anybody pulling the yard card? I'm going to say no because of the wind. A changeup. I hope that's a changeup. Swung on and missed. Denning 3 RBIs in game 1. Picks up 2 more here in game 2. Which gives him 41 for the season. Gage Hoover had 4 in game 1. Does not have an RBI here. So Denning with 41 and Hoover with 39. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. It pops out of catcher's mitt. He's going to throw down to first to complete the out. And a 1-2-3 inning for Brandon Wright. As we're playing Gage Hoover's walk-up song, but we only allow 3 outs in an inning. We're learning, folks. We're still learning here. We like the song. We like the song. Yeah, well, no, we'll keep it here. We'll go ahead. I'm gonna talk about some of our sponsors, our supporters. I think that's Max Castle, another Clark's Vegas gang. It is. That's how he warms up. He throws the first one as hard as he can. If he goes to the backstop, it goes to the backstop. Max Castle, a sophomore. He's part of the full count 242 group as well. 6 foot, 175 pound sophomore, an accounting major. He's from Clarksville Academy, just like Cooper Wallace up in Clarksville. Jeep, that's his dad. And Elizabeth, that's his mom. He's got a couple older sisters. I'm sure they're not much older. Casey and Caroline. He's got a younger brother, Harrison, who might be having a game with Good Pasture Christian School here in Nashville today. He's committed to go to the enemy, to the Columbia State Chargers. He originally was headed to, I believe, Navy. Had a scholarship offer there and ended up not working out. He's got a grandmummy in Franklin, North Carolina, and a Mimi and a Papaw in Cullowhee, North Carolina. Max is the Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the 3rd time today, on in relief of Ryan Murphy, who goes 1 inning, 1-2-3 inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, strikes out 2, faces the minimum. That would be 3 batters. Castle on for his 10th appearance of the year. He will face 3, 4, and 5 as we have a pinch hitter. Ben McCann will hit for Nate Clark. Right-handed hitter stands in. Castle throws a fastball a little bit high. McCann, 5'10", 165 pounds, from San Angelo, Texas. How many Texans do we have? We have the Jacksonville, Texas, from Cherokee County, San Angelo, Texas. That would be it. Another one of the states that start with a T that does not have a state income tax. When I became an adult, could choose where I was living, I chose the 2 states that start with a T with no income tax. This is the top of the 7th. 3 outs will end the contest. On deck, Trent Handcamp, the 3rd baseman. Castle walks the first batter he faces. Not what Max wanted. 17 2/3 innings of work. He's got 19 walks. That has been one of the issues for Max this year. Too many pitches out of the strike zone. Breaking ball misses to Handcamp. This is Max's 7th appearance in relief. He's got 3 starts. 1-1 record. This is not a save opportunity here. VolState has the saves leader in the TCCAA. That's Drew Moorhead, freshman from Clarksville's Rossview High School. From the stretch, the 2-0 is high. There's a called strike on the outside corner. See if Max can come all the way back. He got the start in Game 3 of the Cleveland State series. Went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 7 runs, 6 of those were earned, walked 4. Foul ball at the plate. Max back in the count. Full count. Ministries full count. See if the runner is off with the pitch. That's Ben McCann at first. He is not, and the pitch is swung on and missed, and the backswing might have got JC in the helmet. But a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout.
Now ready, Tony Jenkins.
That is the 12th strikeout by BCA hitters today. Tony Dinkins, 0 for 2. He's been a strikeout victim. Slider down low, and JC daring McCann to run. That ball popped out. Every batter in the lineup, in the starting lineup for BCA, is struck out. Max nearly clipped Dinkins. That wouldn't have felt great, as VolState looking for back-to-back shutouts. 10-0 in Game 1, 5-0 here in Game 2. BCA's been only able to garner 3 hits on the day. Nate Campbell and Hayden Thompson in Game 1, and Miles Thomas here in Game 2. J.C. Menendez will go out and have a chat with Max Castle, try to calm him down, see if he can come back to deliver some strikes to Dinkins with Cash Centel on deck. Right down Broadway. Native of Georgia, I assume, Valdosta, Georgia, Tony Dinkins. Maybe he's not native. Fouls that one back. We'll have another full count. Ministries full count. Do that double play will end the ball game as well. We'll be right back here Friday for a doubleheader as ball 4 comes to Dinkins on the breaking pitch. Second walk of the inning.
Now
Puts runners at first and second. Cash Centel will step to the plate. He's over 2, struck out twice. Wabash Valley coming in on Friday. Breaking pitch misses down. Wabash Valley with an 18-15 record. They're 9-3 in conference play. Fastball right down the can for strike. Down. Wabash Valley taking on Vincennes University today. It's a 4-year school, but they play 2-year JUCO baseball. VolState has them on the schedule. We'll go to Vincennes, Indiana for a game. Ground ball to short, backhanded by Lorenz. He's going to go to third and get the lead runner as Centel's bid for a hit thwarted with the fielder's choice. Really the only play that Lorenz had. Throws over to Armstrong at first. Or out number 2. Now Miles Thomas will step in. He has the only hit of the game. Left-handed hitter from Locust Grove, Georgia. 6 foot, 220 pound first baseman. Strike at the knees for Max Castle. So out of conference this weekend. Efforting to get, I think, a midweek game next week, but it might be too late. That's pitch in the dirt, not blocked there by Menendez. It'll be a wild pitch. Allows Dinkins to go to third, and Centel moves down to second. Check the email folder here, see if anybody's chimed in. Dr. T has. Just missed low and inside. Sent that about 20 minutes ago. They're probably now about a half an hour away from Athens, Georgia. Kyle driving the big sleigh around. There's ball 4. Saw Dr. T being driven around yesterday in the, well, what's actually a sleigh, I guess, at the Christmas parade as Trevor Mucci will make the slow walk out. The Mississippian, former master's degree at Cumberland University, pitching coach for VolState in his first year. Dr. T was being driven around. I found out from a source as to who was driving her around in that 2-seat golf cart yesterday. He had emailed into the show Daryl Rogers, administrative assistant in the presidential suite. Daryl was listening in, cheering on the ladies, and at the softball game yesterday. I don't know if Daryl's listening in today for baseball, but found out he was the one who was driving our president around in the red golf cart. Wonder where that baby gets parked when it's not in use. I don't see it just hanging out by the door where she could just hop on that baby. As that breaking pitch just called a strike. Jaden Washington, I'm sorry, buddy. I agree with you. He's 0 for 2, and they go up there and have a bases loaded 2-out pitch. He starts to swing there, and nice stop there on a pitch in the dirt by Menendez. He does not offer. He reached on an error in the 3rd inning and struck out in the 5th. BCA trying to score 3 runners on base, all due to walks. Hogan Cruz, the number 9 hitter, is in the on-deck circle. Slider misses outside, and Max Castle in danger of walking in the first run of the game for BCA. Would like to thank our friends and helpers over at High Point Health Sumner with Ascension St. Thomas, formerly known as Sumner Regional Medical Center. That's ball 4. And Tony Dinkins comes in to score. Fourth walk of the inning. That will end the afternoon for Max Castle. We'll keep it right here as find out who the new pitcher is. Brady Davis, a freshman out of Clarksville, will come in to try to close this one out. Thanks to the help from the press box gang. Brady Davis coming on for his 9th appearance, 7th in relief. 15 in the 3rd innings, 21 hits, 14 runs, 13 of those earned. He's only walked 5, struck out 11. He has plunked 5 batters. Davis will come in with the bases loaded and 2 outs. The 5'11", 165-pound right-hander from Clarksville High School, the former Wildcats, a business major here at VolState. The son of Rodney and Ryan Davis, brother to Faith. He's got a grandpa and a Grammy in Clarksville, Tennessee. BCA has scored with without the aid of a hit here in the inning. 4 walks mixed in with a strikeout and a fielder's choice. VolState won game 1 10-0. Scored 4 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the third. Ended that one in 4.5 innings. Gage Hoover 2 for 3 with his 8th home run of the year, 4 RBIs, scored twice. He was the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. Easton Denning was 2 for 3 with a run scored and 3 RBIs in that game. Denning 1 for 4 in this game with 2 RBIs. We'll be looking for a Toyota of Gallatin player of the game, and very well maybe Bryant Rascal, who faced 10 in 3 innings, struck out 5, and he's in line if VolState can hang on to pick up his first collegiate victory, as did R.J. Moore in game 1. And first pitch swinging. We have a pinch hitter, J.C. Gamble, who played second base. He's going to pinch hit here for Hogan Cruz. And he foul tips that one at the plate, just what J.C. says in the last inning. Let me take one off my hand. So J.C. Gamble pinch hitting here in the top of the 7th inning. He is the tying run at the plate. Davis pitching from the stretch. And off-speed pitch, and that will end the ball game. A Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout for Davis as he strands Pioneers. Hour and 45 minutes for VolState to pick up their 25th victory of the year against 11 defeats. 1 run on no hits, no errors, 3 runners left on base, and Bryant Rascal is the winner. He moves to 1-0 on the season. Losing pitcher is Trevor Hample. Davis will get a save. He should get a save. He came to the mound with the tying run at the plate, so Brady Davis picks up his first collegiate save. As Kobe Ross is trying to do what he's supposed to do. Clean up before you just take off. VolState 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. BCA 1 run on 1 hit. Shows 3 errors. Let's see if I had more than that. I have 4 errors on my scorecard. Leave that one open. All right, guys. Take it easy. Thanks for your help today on the Press Box Gang. Jaden Perez, Kobe Ross, Alec Tromke. He's out of here as soon as he can. This is getting old hat for Tromke. VolState wins the doubleheader and gets back in the winning ways. A 10-0 win and a 5-1 victory. Bryant Rascal is our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. Congratulations, Brian. Go over and pick you out a brand new Land Cruiser out of the Hot Wheels bin they have over there. I think that's what they give away to the player of the game. The redshirt sophomore from Montgomery, Alabama, as you see Coach McGuire and Brett Carroll having a final chat there before BCA heads back to Knoxville. And Jim McGuire goes out to have a meeting with his charges. VolState moves to 25-11 on the year. Let's get to our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. It's found in the book of John, first chapter. Verse 14, the Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. In 100 years, folks, this baseball game won't matter. The only thing that matters, what you believe about God and his Son, Jesus. John 1:14 is our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. A beautiful day for baseball, a little bit windy, but wind kept the ball in the yard for the most part, except in game one when Gage Hoover hit his 8th of the year. That'll move him up. He was in the top 5, I believe, in home runs in the conference. Gage Hoover in top 10 in many categories offensively. Not pick up, he did have an infield single. 1 for 2 in game 2, was 2 for 3 in game 1, so his .361 batting average should rise. VolState, 3 pitchers, make it 5 pitchers. Bryant Rascal, Jack McLaury, Ryan Murphy, Max Castle, and Brady Davis combined for the 1-hit, 1-run, 7-inning contest. Davis strikes out the only batter that he faces. Max Castle had trouble with control. He walked 4, struck out 1. And the 1 run is charged to Castle, did not allow a hit. That'll do it from Pioneer Field here at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Thank you for sticking with me all afternoon. I know some of you have. Appreciate the support. Check one last time to make sure we don't have a straggler that I missed, and there's not. So thanks to BCA for traveling this way and for what Brett Carroll's doing over there for some players that may not get the looks right out of high school. I know I sure didn't. And thanks to Dave Witten and Harold Herman over at Belmont University, was then Belmont College, that gave me an opportunity, and God supplied whatever I needed to help me to be able to play every inning of every game that I was involved in for 3 years at Belmont, and that's what all I wanted. I wanted a chance to play, and thanks to Harold Herman for teaching me how to hit. It turned out pretty well for me. So for Dr. Wendy Tostenson, hope they have a nice trip down there and a wonderful weekend as Lyle, their oldest, is getting married this weekend. And for Athletic Director Bobby Hudson, who always tunes in when he's not here. For Head Coach Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying God bless you. Thank you for watching VolState Baseball on the VolState Sports Network. Good night, everybody.